From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. The Crown is expected to continue its closing arguments today in the trial in Ottawa for Freedom Convoy organizers Tamara Leach and Chris Barber.
The pair are on trial for their roles in launching the demonstrations that seized downtown Ottawa for nearly 3 weeks in early 2022. Leach and Barber are charged with mischief, intimidation, and counseling others to break the law. The Crown has argued they crossed the line into criminal activity during the protests, which saw thousands of people in big rig trucks gather in the capital and refuse to leave. Rob Westgate, The Canadian Press.
Canada's temporary foreign worker program is being criticized for creating a dangerous power imbalance between workers and employers and as a breeding ground for contemporary slavery. The report is from a special rapporteur from the UN who visited Canada last year. Tomoya Obakata's findings include reports of wage theft, long working hours with limited breaks, and allegations of abuse and sexual harassment and exploitation. Workers also had difficulty accessing health care, and some live in overcrowded houses. A spokesperson for Employment Minister Randy Boissonnault says the government has increased fines for employer non-compliance under the program and is looking at stricter regulations for employer eligibility. The leadership of a Saskatchewan First Nation is calling for immediate provincial action hours after an encroaching wildfire prompted a general evacuation order. Officials with the Peter Ballantine Cree Nation issued the order late Tuesday, saying the 130 square kilometer Flanagan Fire is directly threatening their community of Sandy Bay. Chief Peter Beattie is criticizing the Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency for allegedly not approving the activation of hundreds of First Nations firefighters. Sandy Bay is a community of 1,800 people. Cities and towns across Ontario say there were at least 1,400 homeless encampments in their communities last year. That's according to the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, which is asking the province for guidance on how to handle them. Kingston Mayor Brian Patterson says Ontario should give direction on striking the balance between supporting vulnerable residents and ensuring public safety and public health.
In the absence of that provincial direction, many of us have been turning to the courts, and that is not a great solution. It's expensive, it's time-consuming, it's divisive, and so really, I think we're looking for the province to engage on this issue.
Municipalities are also calling on the province to let people receiving welfare or disability support payments also collect shelter benefits, even if they're homeless, which would boost their income by up to $500 a month. Donald Trump will have a chance to recalibrate his U.S. presidential comeback bid today with an afternoon rally in Asheville, North Carolina, that his campaign is billing as a significant economic address. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs are expected to make superstar center Austin Matthews their new captain today. According to multiple reports, the NHL club has a news conference this morning where Matthews will be introduced as the 26th captain in franchise history. He will succeed teammate John Tavares, who held the role for 6 seasons. The Toronto Blue Jays will be aiming for a sweep tonight when they face the Los Angeles Angels in the finale of their 3-game series in the Golden State. Pitcher Jose Barrios will be looking for his 11th win of the season when he starts for the Jays. And Kerry Carpenter homered twice in his return from injury, while Jake Rogers drove in 7 runs, including a grand slam, as the Detroit Tigers routed Seattle 15-1. And quarterback Nathan Rourke is expected to take first-team snaps at the BC Lions practice today, and head coach Rick Campbell says he's in the mix to start Sunday against the visiting Winnipeg Blue Bombers. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.